Good morning. It's Sunday morning before Labor Day. Hope everyone is having a good weekend. It's been beautiful here in North Carolina this weekend, although it's a little warm right now, but it's still not been too bad. Of course, we're watching the news because of Dorian, and I don't know that we'll get anything here. Don't know. Probably won't. Nothing like they'll get on the coast. Now, the coast is probably in trouble. And, you know, all you can do is pray that it turns, breaks up or something, and is not as devastating as it looks like it can be. But we'll get on to more positive things now. We'll get on to the makeup. Makeup is nothing extraordinary. It's CC Cosmetics CC Cream matte version from Sephora. I specialize that because, you know, there is two different versions. Now, my skin and hair are going through a dry spell for whatever reason. I don't know, you know, why. What's going on with my body. Anyway, I'm running dry, so yesterday when I tried to use the CC cream, it just looked awful. So today I mixed in some oil and added that to it, and it done better. I put on 2 layers because, you know, I wanted to make sure I had my sunscreen on. And I know most people do not use that CC cream the way it should be because of the thickness. And that's why I like to put on 2 thin layers. And then I did set it with the Coty Airspun powder, just lightly with the Beauty Blender. I don't ever use a brush with it anymore. Just the Beauty Blender because that thins it down. Eyeshadow is Born to Run from Urban Decay palette. Using the green called Radio, I believe. I tried to look at them today. On my lid. Of course, now I'm not going to be able to remember the crease color that I used. But anyway, I just used 2 colors. I used the Milk Mascara, Kush Mascara on my lashes. My throat's starting to get scratchy, so I'm going to have to cut off here in a second. And lipstick is the Stila one that I just put on. Oh, what is it? Patina. I think that's the one you can't get no more. I don't know. And then I had on I put on the Buxom Blush and Margarita lip gloss first. And then I let it sit there for a few minutes, and then I dotted it off and then put this on. Because I still get the cooling feeling, plumping feeling, but it's not, you know, I've got off the worst of it. Not the worst of it, but the, you know, the glossy part. All right, I'm almost to the gas station, and my throat is, I'm going to have to call for something. So I'll be back in a minute. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Switch sunglasses. Those others I felt were putting pressure on my sinuses, and that was what was causing the drainage in my throat. Maybe that's what causes it all the time when I get in the car. Because it only happens when I get in the car. And that's the only time I have on my sunglasses. So maybe that's the case. And these are a little bit loose. Those others are tight. Maybe I discovered something. Okay, let's see. What else can we talk about? This has been a pretty quiet week on the drama front on YouTube. I think even the drama channels are scrounging for something to talk about. I know there was a little drama concerning Jackie Aina and her deleting her Twitter for a little while. Don't know if it's still deleted or deactivating it or whatever. I'll link a video below if you want to see about that. I know not everybody cares. I haven't watched Racing Wives yet because I've been busy. My change is down here. I gotta switch it around because that'll drive me crazy. I did watch some of Orange County. I watched the last episode, or the last part of the reunion for Southern Charm. And they really were picking on Catherine, I felt, once again. And you know, I get it. She's not perfect. But why can't they pick on the men more than they do her? And even the women gang up on her. I mean, it angers me. You know, I mean, no, she's not perfect. But I mean, you think about what the situation she is in. No one would be perfect all the time. And I think there's some jealousy. I'm picking up on some jealousy right now because of her and Patricia's relationship. Cameron liked it when it was just her and Patricia. And I think Cameron's becoming a little bit jealous of the relationship that Catherine and Patricia have. But she needs to get over it. And it came out this week that Catherine and Hunter Price broke up. And you know, that doesn't surprise me because I think it would be hard for that relationship to last with him in Nashville, her in Charleston, and there's no way she can move. One, because of she's in this series, and I mean, she is, whatever everybody said, I don't care what anybody says, I know it's an ensemble cast, but she is the main one that made this series known. She is the one that put it on the map. And without her, it's boring. I mean, I'll be honest. Those episodes she wasn't in and was barely in, they were boring. But anyway, they broke up. And you know, any relationship Catherine's going to be in, they got to realize who the father of her children are. And there's always going to be tension. Because as long as he can, he will not let Catherine be happy. Of course, the tides have turned somewhat since they now have joint custody. And Thomas also has to be drug tested. So the thing about it is, will the court order him being drug tested like they did Catherine? You know, I say drug test him in the middle of the night. Tell him he's got 2 hours to get to wherever they go to be drug tested. I do that about 11 o'clock at night. Because I just have a feeling he'd fail. Maybe not. I could be proved wrong. But I think he might fail. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And there that thing is rattling again. What is the deal? And we'll go HRH on this stuff here in a minute. I watched her this morning. She cracked me up talking about joggers in rush hour traffic. That they're just asking you to get run over. And I agree. No offense to any joggers out there, but if they're jogging in the middle of rush hour traffic in LA, then yeah, they're probably putting their life on the line. And then what else was she fussing? Oh, the nail people. And I also get that. That's why I don't go get my nails done anymore. Now, I was thinking this week I'd like to go get them done. They look pretty bad. You know, they're short and stumpy, which, you know, that part don't bother me. It's just my cuticles look bad. But I think, no, because I'll go, they'll make them bleed, and they'll make them worse. Even if I go to someone that may not be that way, I feel like they get worse when I go get a manicure. So I feel like I can do the manicure myself and not make myself look bad, just so I don't take the time to do it. Maybe I'll do that tonight during the race. It's got my 9 earrings on because we're racing tonight at Darlington. This is the throwback race where everybody comes back in past paint schemes. The 00 car, driven by Landon Castle, will be painted like Sterling Marlin's old Silver Bullet car, which Sterling is and will always be one of my most favorite drivers. I had the chance to meet him on several occasions. He's been to my house. And anyway, so they're painting like Sterling, and part of the proceeds from the sales of the souvenirs will go to Parkinson's disease, because Sterling now has Parkinson's disease. And Coors is actually donating. Landon's team is not heavily funded, so he normally does not finish the race for whatever reason. They run out of tires or whatever reason. Anyway, they will pay $40 for each lap he competes, which I know doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it's money. So I think that's great. It'd be nice if it was $140, but I'm not going to dog anybody that's going to give anything. You know, I always tell people when I do charity work, you give what you can. If that is only 25 cents, then you give 25 cents. You know, I'm not, you know, even if it's some big person that I know has got all the money in the world, I'm not going to dog them if they only give 25 cents. The fact is they're contributing. That's what I think matters more than anything. I don't think anybody should be put down for the amount of money they give, because you don't know what else they're given to. You know, some people don't want to tell people that they're giving for whatever reason. So that's just the way I feel. So this week we learned that Lisa D1's Instagram was compromised. I do not like to say the H word, because I believe it brings attention to you when you say that word. So that's just my advice to anyone. I would never hashtag that H word. I would never put it on my account. I would say the word compromise, because, like I say, I think it brings attention. But that's just me. You know, that would just be my advice. Also, I agree, you double locked. Anything you're doing on social media, it needs to be where you're getting a code sent to your phone telling you that somebody's trying to get in your account. Now, I saw where Trish Oliver did a little short video on somebody trying to ask her for her, trying to pose as YouTube to get your password. No company will ever ask for your password. I know that much. And if they do, you just tell them, no, I'm not giving you my password. I'm not giving any company my password. No. I mean, even if there's some affiliate company out there that wants to look at my analytics, I'm not giving it to them. Sorry, I just won't do business with you. Just no. Because I think a legitimate company would never ask for your password. Now, I did get an email from Netflix yesterday saying that my account was on hold. And the funny thing about it was, my account is not even tied to that email. My account was not on hold. It was a scam. I know it was a scam. They were trying to get your password to Netflix. And if they can get your password to Netflix, then they can go in there and try to get more. I mean, it's just all a scam now. I mean, we had a scam at work this week. I mean, and maybe I shouldn't say scam, but I ain't gonna say age. But I think anybody is susceptible. I mean, I think even if you have the long passwords, I mean, I think it might protect you more, but I still say it's possible. Anybody that wants access, you know, there's books out there. I remember my cousin when he was first starting working in computers. He asked his mama for a book on aging. And my aunt asked him, should she buy him that book? I said, no, you should not buy him that book. Common sense will tell you don't buy him that book. I said, I don't know why he wants to learn it unless it's, I mean, now if he just wants to learn it to say, I know how to do it. You know, I don't think he's the type that would actually go out here and do it, but I still would not, I still would say no. Of course, he's old enough now to buy it himself. But I definitely wouldn't buy it when I was a teenager. Because teenagers don't understand the, I mean, you can still teach them right from wrong, but they still don't comprehend how wrong it is. It's just like putting pictures out there in risque positions, and, you know, I'm not going to put anybody down for doing that if they're over 18. But even over 18, I'm not sure they understand the consequences of that. Maybe they do, but maybe they don't. Don't run over me, chicken feed truck. That's what that is a chicken feed truck. He's trying to run over me, but he ain't going to. I'll do like Alex. No, get out of my way. You are in my way, chicken truck. That's how she did this morning. Okay, I'll shut up and we'll talk about what I did yesterday. We went to Ashe County, North Carolina, West Jefferson, North Carolina, and then there's a little community outside there called Lansing. It's almost to the Tennessee line, near Mountain City, if anyone knows where that area is. Mountain City is where a lot of people go to bike. Anyway, we went to a little pizza place there called Pie on the Mountain, and the only reason I knew about this was from my aunt and uncle, because my uncle is pastoring a church up there in that area now, and they had went to it one weekend because someone had told them about it. And I tell you, the pizza is excellent. It's some of the best pizza I've ever eaten. I mean, I love Vinnie Van Gogo's in Savannah, but I really think this beats it. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I think right now it's the best pizza I've ever had. I can't explain it, what it is. It's a little spicy, so they're putting a little spiciness in the sauce. Of course, they're putting peppers on it too. I think they might have a little touch of jalapenos on it somewhere. Maybe they're putting some jalapeno juice in the sauce. I don't know. But it was delicious. Very thin, paper thin. I didn't eat the, you know, the crust that much, but I did taste of it. Most of the time I just rake the toppings off. Although I ate more bread than I should have. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I'm not trying to do low carb this weekend. I'm just not. So anyway, if you're ever in that area, if anybody's watching me and they live near that area, it's worth a trip on the weekend. It's a nice drive, especially in the fall. When the leaves start turning, it will be a beautiful drive. And just look up on the map how to get there. It's, you know, I mean, from where I live, it takes about an hour, a little over an hour. Now, you have to go through downtown West Jefferson, which yesterday, West Jefferson was packed with tourists. We went to, there's a cheese plant there, so we went to the Ashe County cheese plant. The store was packed. I really think they were over fire code, if you want my honest opinion. And the store has a lot of neat things. They have a candy section. They have a wine section. They have almost all wines from North Carolina. I did not see Raffadini there, but maybe they were out, because that's one of the top selling ones. And I didn't see Shelton, but, you know, could have been sold out. But I did see a lot of really tiny wineries there represented. They got a lot of the North Carolina barbecue sauces there. They've got salad dressings that they make. They have fudge. They have ice cream. Of course, they have samples if you want samples, but they have every kind of cheese there is there. If you go during certain hours, you can see the cheese being made. They have a viewing room. I was surprised that they let you take pictures. When we were there, they were cleaning, so I can insert some things, but it's not going to really be of interest because it's them cleaning. And of course, Dave had to talk during every time I was filming, but he was saying stuff that I can't put on video. So if I do insert anything, it'll just be a snapshot, or I'll put music over it. Dave will have to learn if I start vlogging more that there's just certain things you just don't say while you're being filmed. I mean, I don't want to have to tell him that he can't. I don't want him not to be himself, but there's just, you know, there's just some things you don't say. And you especially don't talk about other people. No, you would never do that. No. What's going on up here? Oh, I guess it's just a car on the side of the road. To cut my cruise on because I've already seen 2 highway patrolmen. So I guess that's all I got to say today about that. I did not buy anything this week. If you're here at the end, I'm going to insert this. I'm going to talk about the Flora+Bast oil, CBD oil. I'm on the fence. I wonder if it's causing my skin to be dry. You know, I know my hair needs to be cut, but when I put that oil on in the morning, when I look in the mirror, my face is just, it just looks like it has dried up and, you know, like it's in the desert. I did not use it last night, and this morning my skin looked healthy and glowy. I went back to my Geneva retinol oil, and I had not been using that oil while I've been using the Flora+Bast because I wanted to give it a chance to work or see what it did without using anything else at night, and that's what I've done. So I'm going to cut back to not using it every day. Maybe use it 3 times a week. See what happens with my skin. But I think if you are normal and have a tendency to go dry at times, it might not be for you. I've not seen any. I mean, I did see a little bit. I've seen no texture thing going away. I've seen, you know, it's doing nothing for my texture down here where I get all them little bumps from my toothpaste. I just don't know. Right now, I think it might be doing more harm than good. So that's why I'm going to cut back. Because I'm going to make sure that it's not just me. You know, I could say maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to cut back on it. And when I use it from now on, I'm going to wet my face before I put it on. And I'm going to mix it with my CeraVe because that will give me more moisture in. And see. I mean, I'm glad I have not bought the full-size bottle. I have 4 bottles of the little samples that I'm still on the first bottle. So I don't use a lot. I've been using it 2 weeks now. But right now, I will say I think it's doing more harm than good, but I may be proved wrong. But I think if you have dry skin, you know, extremely dry skin, I would not recommend this oil at all. Because, you know, CBD is supposed to be for acne and texture, and I mean, I have texture, And you know, I get acne or whatever that's called down here, and I thought it would heal it, but it's not. You know, my Paula's Choice BHA does more for this than anything. So anyway, that's just my opinion on the Flora+Bast at this point. I can't recommend it. So I'm going to shut up. Hope everyone has a great Labor Day. Stay safe from the storm if you're in the path. Lords, I'm thinking of you, and I hope that you're safe and not going to get too hit. I can't get out my words again. I hope you don't get hit by it by much, if any at all. And of course, Jenny, I'm thinking about you. Lisa, I'm thinking about you. Anybody that's on the coast that, you know, I'll be saying my prayers for you to stay safe. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.